Right, well, could be the final finishing video of the Triumph America. Hopefully it'll all get done. This probably isn't going to go out until midweek, a bit of a delay on it. The weekend was a bit busy. I went and picked up the hardtail frame, so I've got that now. I'm going to just do that all completely on a different video. It's very tempting just to give you a sneak look, but I think I'm going to treat that as a whole separate load of stuff. So I'll probably try and get a little something up, a teaser up for next weekend. So this one is just completely for the America to get it finished off. So Saturday I was picking the frame up. Sunday I was finishing off a few bits on the America, and hopefully that was going to be a bit of a test ride and see how all things were going. But I did get sidetracked a little bit. Got the mudguard on. There was a few bits that I look back on and I wasn't overly happy with. I wasn't completely happy with the way I got the electrics and the relays. That seemed to be just a bit of an afterthought, kind of tie it up and hide it out of the way. I wanted to do something a bit more permanent, neater and proper for that. I had a little issue that I kind of wasn't happy with on the side mount that became apparent when I was adjusting the train chain. I know John Merritt out there, he did say, are you going to have any issues when you adjust the chain? And no, not in terms of it fouling, because I'd cut the slot in, but the angle of it to allow for it kind of bothered me a little bit, and the fact I had to slacken off both the shock mount bolt when I was trying to access the when you're moving the rear axle in and out. That'll become apparent in a minute, and it was kind of like, I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but actually when I finished, or when I got to that point, I was like, nah, do you know what, get it done properly, otherwise it's going to niggle you. So I've got a few of those things to show. So that took up most of Sunday sorting those bits out. Apart from that, I think we're almost ready to go, so this should just be a little bit of a walk round. Well, I'll show you the little bits have changed, then it should be a little bit of a look at it outside, because I've not even stood away from it and had a look at it yet. A little bit of a walk around, and then hopefully get a bit of a ride on it. Whether or not I film it, I haven't decided yet. I'll see how it goes. One thing I'm not happy with, which I haven't changed yet, is probably going to be that front mudguard brace. I think I can do a better job than that. It's a bit, I don't know, maybe I'm being overly picky. But anyway, enough waffling. Let's get on, show you the bits I'm going to change, and get this baby finished. There you go, mudguards fitted, sprayed up, and yeah, I'm really chuffed with the way that turned out. You can't really tell that there was the divots there, or it all went in there. Not bad, not bad. I've also recut out these brackets. I wanted them a little bit shorter than how I had them before, so they've just gone on there. Bit of the old wrinkle finish black on there to hold the rear indicators on. And I'm certainly pleased I went with the captive nuts, actually, because that's made a massive difference with the ease of taking this on and off. Thinking about it, I wish I'd buried one in there for the seat as well, but that's not too much of an issue. Just put your hand underneath there for the nut. That I can live with. Right, the old I'm having a bit of a re-look at the all the electrics and stuff. I had the starter solenoid just cable tied there. I was going to stick the relays just under the seat, but it's all a bit bodgy. I just didn't like it, so I'm going to give this another go now, with a little plan I've got with the splash guard on the back. I've tried out a few different things, doing like little kind of boxes and cups, but it's just getting far too complicated, and I just want to get a groove on. So path of least resistance, something nice and simple. I'll show you what I mean over the bench. There's a really modified splash guard on the back that will hold the starter solenoid and the two relays. So I've just bent up some bits of aluminium, rounded them off, so that should do the job, and that will kind of hold them. I mean, that's pretty much the same arrangement as you would have got off when they're on the airbox, and pretty much like the Bonnevilles when you put the airbox removal kit on, something like that, except this was cheap and free. So yeah, hopefully that should work. So I'll stick that on now, and yeah, hopefully all my measurements and everything have been correct. Right, that's that mounted up in there. All very solid. I mean, it's light as anything because it's all alley, but it's pretty. I mean, for holding just the starter solenoid and the relays, I'm quite happy with that, and it still keeps it all fairly clean. Well, not at the moment because obviously all the wiring's loose, but let's get it populated on there and see if that's done it. And that's just a nicer kind of end result for me. That was just really bothering me with everything all bunched up underneath there we go, all back together, squared away, much neater. The only thing I am going to have to do, of course, is lengthen those to the starter solenoid. Even if I spun it all round, they're not going to quite reach, so that's no drama, nice and easy. I'll get that licked up now, but I'm far happier with that arrangement now. Right, I've rejigged the side mount as well. I was a little bit unhappy with that, so it's a bit dark. I'll turn the torch on and show you what I mean and what I've changed on that. Okay, so where I had the notch initially cut out here to allow for the movement of the rear axle when you're adjusting the train, I kind of adjusted it out a bit, and it just annoyed me that the plate then had to move. It was, you know, something I hadn't really kind of thought was going to be too much of an issue, but I want to keep the angle of the side mount in line with the rear shock. That's just that just started annoying me. Plus you've got to slacken it off here. That's just, you know, shitty planning on my part really. So it's now notched here completely, and that just allows full clearance back there, so this doesn't have to move, so this can stay rigid now. So I've just drilled another hole, so obviously keeping the shock mount there, drilled another hole there, and that's bolts straight through to where the chain guard can bolt on. I can put in a longer bolt if we're going to go with the chain guard at some point, which I'm sure we will, and then I've just cut down a bit of stainless steel tubing just to sleeve it, just to make it look a little bit neater. There we go. Unfortunately, bloody typical, it's getting dark, it's wet and rainy, but that's the first time I've stood back from it for a while. But yeah, really happy with the way that's standing. Start her up. I don't know if I'm going to bother filming me going for the first test ride, mainly because it's just getting dark and it's raining and I can't be bothered. But hopefully we'll have it running so you can hear it in a minute. But yeah, that fatter front tyre and the lower stance certainly, for me anyway, improves things. The America is finished, it's done. So it's back on the road. I can now concentrate on the hardtail. That's the next project. I didn't film it, obviously, as I'm not sure what the footage will be like, but it looked, it was getting dark just for the walk around, and I can't bother going to hunt the GoPro out, figure out where I'm going to attach it, and then go for a test ride in the wet as well. It started raining. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Done. Really happy with it. Handles, I mean, I like it. It just feels good. It kind of, probably my imagination, but it kind of feels a bit I don't know, it feels a bit heavier maybe on the front with the tyre, but actually no, not really that different to before. I haven't had this up to like good motorway speed yet, so I don't know what that'll be like, but I'll report back if anything's amazing about that or weird. But otherwise, yeah, just really chuffed. I'm really happy with the way she is now. She is my daily workhorse, and yeah, I've got wheels to ride whilst the hardtail project goes on. So I hope you've enjoyed that bit. I'll probably do a bit of filming at the weekend on the hardtail, and show you the frame up close, and all that great stuff. Engine's out of it at the moment when I got it back. I don't know if I'll put the engine back in just yet. I'd quite like to get the forks in the front wheel and the rear wheel on and get an idea of the stance of it, because I haven't really seen it like that. So yeah, it's probably going to be a bit of an exploring weekend. I've not really had a chance to do much with it. It's in the house on the kitchen table, so yeah, roll on the weekend. Thanks for watching, take it easy.